Hey, welcome to a Liftoff PM behavioral interview lesson. My name is Kevin Wei. I'm a senior product manager at Amazon, and I'm thrilled to be sharing my PM interviewing strategies with you on this YouTube channel. I've recently landed offers from FAANG and top startups, and I spent the last 3 years helping PMs consistently land great offers as interview coach. I'll walk you through how to tackle these questions, the common mistakes I've seen, and how to avoid them so that you can secure a 10 out of 10 rating in your interview. Let's get started. Don't sleep on the behavioral interview. Behavioral questions require you to share your career philosophies and experience, as well as why you're excited about the role and company. This video will cover common or beginner-level questions asked in both recruiter calls, as well as warm-up questions in later rounds. Surprisingly, these are questions that some PMs stumble on. The typical questions asked in these calls are, tell me about yourself. Why do you want to work for this company? Why this role? What do you want out of your next role? And if you're switching to PM or applying to an early career role like an APM program, why PM? Before we get started, keep in mind that these questions don't strictly have a right or wrong answer. These questions help the recruiter understand if you're a good match. So just be yourself in these conversations. However, there are key points recruiters look for in each question, which we'll call out so that you're best prepared. But before we get into that, if you're enjoying this PM interview lesson and you want to support the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. It's a free way to show support, and it really does make a difference. So thank you in advance. Tell me about yourself. This is an opportunity for you to highlight the parts of your experience that you're proud of, as well as any experience you think is relevant to the role. There's no hard and fast rule, but I prefer to go in reverse chronological order. By starting with your current role, the interviewer can ground themselves in your most recent experience, and then you can handpick which of your earlier experiences are relevant. In other words, your most recent experience should always be relevant. So starting from further back in time can sometimes be seen as filler. Look at the job description and highlight any key experiences mentioned. If you've done the work they're looking for their PM to do, make sure you call that out so that they know you're the right candidate who's already doing what they're looking for. For example, say you're applying for an e-commerce PM role. You would want to touch on your current experience as a subscription growth PM, and then mention that you've also worked on a two-sided marketplace product in the past. Together, these tell a story that your work experience has prepared you for the role. Likewise, you might choose to leave out your experience as an engineer if it's not relevant. The common pitfall here is taking more than a minute or two. Your interviewer isn't assessing you on comprehensiveness. They're assessing you on clarity. They also will have access to your resume, so don't feel the need to dive into all the details. You'll get a chance to expand on them later in the conversation. Why do you want to work for Company X? You can set yourself up for success pretty easily here. Look up the company's mission. Do you resonate with it? Why? Look up the company's values. Do you resonate with them? Why? Do you have a personal anecdote about using the product? Has it helped you in your own life or someone you know? Is there something about the underlying technology that interests you? Is it a space that excites you? The answers to 1 and 2 are hopefully yeses. You don't have to have reasons for the rest, but these are good prompts to help you brainstorm a solid answer. I also like to check out interviews on YouTube or on podcasts from the founders or watch keynote speeches from company leaders. Here, you can really get into their heads and understand how they think about the product. The common pitfall here is, surprisingly, not having an answer. I've heard many candidates say something generic like, I really resonate with the mission and I've heard good things about the culture. Why does the mission resonate with you? What exactly about the culture? Be as specific as possible. And no, free food and unlimited PTO aren't a good answer. Why this role? Here, you can call back to your tell me about yourself spiel if it makes sense to. Is there something about your past experience or interest that set you up to be a good match? You can also do research on the requirements in the job posting and have examples prepared that map to some of the most important ones. Think about your skill set that might make you a good match. The common pitfall here is saying something like, I'm really interested in fintech. While this might be super true, it doesn't signal to the interviewer why you're a good match for the role. Many people can say they're interested, but few have done work to show that they're actually interested. Have you written blogs about the topic? Do you have particular insights that others don't, perhaps because you're a power user? What are you looking for in your next role? I was asked this question in almost all my interviews. When you're asked this, be truthful. You want to make sure the role is a good match for you as much as they want to see if you're a good match for them. Also, think about the stage of the company you're interviewing for, the types of skills you would learn or utilize, the ways you would lend expertise versus be stretched to learn more, and see if they match up with what you want in your next role. Startups may want to especially make sure you're ready for the grind of one. For example, if you're applying for an e-commerce PM role at a FAANG company, and perhaps your previous experience was as a data PM and not directly revenue impacting, you can say something like, I'm looking for a few things in my next role. 1, the ability to build on and share the strong data skills I've learned in my previous role. 2, I would like to be closer to the company's core product, so I'm looking for an opportunity to stretch these skills into an area that's directly revenue impacting. And 3, my current company is a mid-sized startup, so I'm looking for an opportunity to apply the scrappiness I learned at my company to a company of your scale. Why PM? This question is common for early career PMs and for folks who are switching to PM from different roles. The PM role differs from industry to industry, company to company, and even team to team in large companies. So this question helps a recruiter understand what your idea of PMing is, and if it aligns with the team you're interviewing for. It also gives you a chance to explain why you're interested in making a career switch. So lean on the examples you've been practicing with respect to your prior experience. The common pitfall here is not clearly understanding what a PM does. Saying something like, I want to be the CEO of the product, shows you don't really have a clear understanding of that. There's a misconception that PMs have power and can tell engineers and other functions what to do. So make sure you understand the PM role. So in summary for these behavioral questions, know that the answers to your questions won't win you the role, but not being prepared could certainly prevent you from getting a call back. These questions are an opportunity for you to showcase how your previous experience makes you a good match for the role, as well as an opportunity for you to showcase your excitement for the role, the company, and the space. And that concludes this lesson. If you found this Liftoff PM lesson valuable, consider joining our community by clicking the join button below. By joining, you'll unlock many more valuable PM interview lessons, get access to exclusive posts, and be a part of a private community of PMs preparing for interviews. These lessons will give you the same material students get when they pay for private coaching, which can cost hundreds of dollars per hour. Keep up the great work. I can't wait to see what you accomplish, and I'll see you in the next Liftoff PM lesson. Good luck in your upcoming interview.